hello. We are live. Hello, everyone. I am so happy you are here. My name is Christy, and this is my wonderful, wonderful friend Marian. And yeah, together we are bringing you the good parts of our week. So, yes, the
Oh, the
good
good parts.
parts.
Yay.
Yay. So, every week we come to you and we want to bring joy to your life. We want to share with you the good parts of what we have experienced both in our personal life and in our professional life. And the basis for this is, so often in our life, we do have both good and bad. And a lot of times, especially on social media, which is where we are right now, a lot of people tend to focus on the bad. And we don't want to pretend that the bad is not out there and that we don't struggle. But we want to focus during this time, during the good parts, we want to focus on the good, and we want to encourage you to focus on the good with us, share your good, and just do our part to make this world a better place. So, with that, Marion, how was your week?
Oh, my week was, yeah.
Can you find any good parts out of that week?
I can. I realized during this week it was such a challenging week for me because I had outside influences pushing down all around, like from the bottom, from the sides, from the top. And I realized that I'm the only thing that can keep me sane. I'm searching for the word.
Right?
I'm the only one that can keep my joy for me, right?
Right.
Because there are outside influences. There are, I won't even name them all because, it wouldn't do any good, right? It wouldn't do any good for anybody, including myself, to
Right.
even start thinking about all the influences that are out there, from cranky people to you know what. So,
Cranky
so,
people.
so I think that was it was a good thing for me to say, okay, Marion, if all these outside influences are raining down on you, or it feels like it, then how are you going to keep your joy? How are you going to stay in the state that you want to stay in? So I think it's a good thing for all of us to go through it, but it doesn't need to stay. It can poke at us, it can, feel like rain. But if we can find things, like we were talking before, my background does not bring me joy.
Right.
If we can find things and keep our mind set on what is it, not that I have to buy, but how can I keep my joy, you know, um, all around me so that I can feel good whenever I want to, which is probably most of the time. Have you ever, Christy, I have a question for you. Have you ever
Sure.
thought about feeling good, feeling bad? Like the feeling of crying would make you feel better?
Absolutely. And I think that kind of goes back to my childhood. My grandmother, one of the things that she always used to say to me when I was down or crying was like, go ahead, let it out. It's healing waters. So in our family, crying was never a bad thing because we always believed, uh, through generational, talkings that crying is healing waters. So, I believe that. I believe that sometimes you just need to get it out, and a good cry, sometimes as a mom, you have to do it in the bathroom. Um, but but yeah, I believe that sometimes just getting a good cry can make you feel better. And you just pick yourself up and you go on and you go out and you find those good parts because they're there for sure.
Yeah. Well, that's probably why, one of the reasons why people like sad movies or movies that make you cry, because it does release some endorphins, or not endorphins. I think we want endorphins. It releases maybe stress,
Mhm.
things like that. Now, for men who feel like they can't cry, or they were taught not to cry and they can't when they want to, they I think they find other ways to release that stress.
Yeah.
But I
Absolutely.
think a good cry definitely helps.
Hmm. Yeah.
Even if it's in the bathroom.
Even if it's in the bathroom. That's
Yeah.
right. For sure.
All right. So another thing that I can say that was a good part for me last week was that I am doing my part. It's a good part. I'm doing my part in writing a book. So you and I are writing a book together,
Yep.
and I am doing my part, the part that I really want to do. And I'm leaving the other parts for you that you like to do. And together we are creating something that can be shared for years to come. And the reason
Absolutely.
I know that is because I wrote a similar book 11 years ago. And when I looked at it, I thought most of this stuff, other than the technology and few of the things that are, most of the stuff still has the same bones.
Yep.
It's the same bones. So 11 years later. So that was a good part for me as I thought about bringing this back in refreshed and,
Right.
and just feeling really good about the information that we're going to share with everyone who wants to learn this information.
That's great. It's
Yeah.
something that we have learned about a lot is the founding principles, the principles of success and the principles of leadership. Those principles are there forever.
Yes.
When we read books
Yes.
from years ago, those principles they stay through time, and that sounds exactly like what you're talking about. Those principles that you taught 11 years later, they still they're still there. And that to me means it's great. It's greatness for sure.
Yeah. One more good thing, and then it's your turn. I found out that because I found working with you encourages me not only to keep going but to stay on track and all the things that a partner or an accountability person or group could do for you. I decided to encourage one of our members. um, we have the Creative Content Crusaders membership, and one of our members used to teach accountability, and so I encouraged her again to get going on helping people do this because it's hard. To me, it seems hard for them, the
Right.
members, to find somebody that can help them be accountable.
Hmm.
So she's good at this, she knows how to do it, and she's encouraging other people to team up, maybe not necessarily for business but just to meet at least once a week to talk about their goals and see what they've accomplished in the past. And I saw it. I saw it. It didn't hit everybody. Some people were like, I'm too busy. I can't,
Right.
or they already
Right.
have accountability partners or whatever. But I saw it. I saw it
Oh,
in some of them. They're like, this is possible for me too. What Christy
right.
and Marion have, it's possible.
It really is. It's
So,
possible for anyone.
yeah,
And it's a great thing for people to have. And one of the things that I really love about our little group, well, I say little, it's growing every day, but one of the things that I really like about it is that it's a safe place. So, like the person that you're speaking of, she can feel free to come and kind of explore what she wants to bring out into the marketplace
right.
before she really like full on launches it. Like she has a group of people that will support her, that will give her feedback, that won't judge her, um, that will really, you know, go through everything and help her fine tune it before she just completely throws herself out there. And I think that's really important because you don't always know every single thing when you are creating a course. And to me, that's priceless to have people in your corner always to back you up like that. I think that's pretty priceless. Um so yeah, that's a great thing. And I know I was gone for a little tiny while. We won't go on to that because everybody knows where I was, but
She was on a
I
cruise, in
I
case you
was on
didn't
a
know.
cruise. I was on a cruise. Yeah, I had an amazing time. Um, I think maybe I have outgrown Carnival cruise. I've always gone on Carnival, and I haven't gone on a cruise in probably a decade. But what I noticed is, and I did not plan to talk about this. I didn't plan to talk about the cruise, but what I noticed, and maybe this is a good thing that I've had this realization about myself. Carnival is really known for being a party cruise, and I love to have fun. I love to get out there and dance and sing and all of those things. But a few times I did think to myself, I'm getting older and maybe a party cruise isn't exactly what I'm looking for. And so when I got home, I did do a little bit of research on some other cruises. I don't want to go on a snore fest by any means. Um, but I just think maybe I don't know, my mentality, my personality, um, my age, something. I'm not sure Carnival is the cruise line for me. I'm going to take that as a good part. I'm going to take it because I think I made a great realization about myself. Um, Up until COVID, every single year, we went to Disney World, and I did make the realization. I don't know, pre-COVID, I don't want to go to Disney World anymore. I've been there for every year for 40 years. I love it. I mean, I have Disney tattoos. My life is Disney. Um, but maybe I'm ready for something else. So, anyways, that's neither here nor there. Anyway,
It is
so
here. It
it
is
is
not.
here and it's
Yes,
there,
it
right?
is. Yes, yes. I love that.
I'm learning and I'm growing, and I think personal, professional, whatever, learning about yourself is a great thing
Yes,
for sure.
yes. It's a very
Um,
good thing.
it is. So one of the things that I did want to talk about is my daughter. Yay, I love her. We only have one daughter, and she is a middle school math teacher, and she moved away. Boo. I know she's so far away from me, but she has been trying to secure a new job. She moved and she took a job that she really resonated with, um, but she had her eye on a specific school, and so she applied already. She knew that she would have a job where she was, but she also had her eye on this specific school, so she put in an application, and she said that you know she had her interview at 10, and by 1 o'clock they had called and offered her the job. um, so she is so happy. It's a lot closer to her home. It is a very prestigious school, and she is going to be just a great fit. So I am so proud of her. She has worked so hard her entire life, and she is probably the best part of my life.
Oh,
Yeah. So that's definitely the one big thing that I wanted to talk about for my Good Parts Challenge. And then in business, I always like to bring a little bit of personal, a little bit of business. So, um, in business, especially in the community that we are a part of, Marion and I, we are part of an amazing community, the Home Business Academy. Um, One of the things that they teach us is about multiple streams of income. And before I before I became, very involved in this community and started learning through their academy, I didn't really understand the concept. Maybe not necessarily the concept, but the power. I've always done online marketing. I've always had some sort of income um, online, but I never really processed, I guess, the idea of having multiple streams. So I'm gonna cough. Sorry, I may have brought back a tiny bit of the cruise crud, I think they call it. But anyways, so um multiple streams of income. So I have, of course, the HBA, which is my everything. It's my heart, my soul. And then, of course, Marion and I have Creative Content Crusaders, which is just the best of the best. It brings everything I could ever want, from education to building websites to writing books. It's just all me, all Marion, all us. But the other thing that I do is I'm a baker, and I've been a baker for a very long time. So I partnered up with this extremely wonderful woman. Her name is Stephanie, and she's a leader in the baking industry. And I've been very fortunate because I got to interview her last year, and we really connected. And she asked me to work on some projects with her, which of course I said yes. And this weekend, we have another project coming up. It's called the Bake Fest, and it's a 2-day event. And so when we talk about multiple streams of income, one of the things that I do is, while I'm helping her on this project, I also have a huge community of bakers that I don't want to say lead. I have a community of bakers that that resonate with me. I teach them, I train them, I give them all of the great parts of me. They know me, they like me, they trust me. So when I tell them that something is good, they can trust me. So I have gotten an affiliate code from the Bake Fest. I shared it with my group, my community, and I'm making a pretty substantial amount of income through that, to that multiple source. Now, this isn't the kind of income that we talk about with the Home Business Academy, where they really hone in on residual income. You know, this is just a one-time thing, so I have to always keep that in my mind. I want to focus on those income streams that produce monthly, but this is just an extra bonus, maybe. And it's something that I love. So if you do have a passion in your heart, if you do have something that you love, you know, maybe you are a dog groomer and you have seen someone who is doing a class on how to groom dogs, and they charge a fee for it. You know, you could partner up with that person and tell them, you know, I have 1,000 people who groom dogs that I talk to every single day. You know, do you have any kind of affiliate program? And they may say yes. You know, we could give you, you know, 30, 40, 50% of all of your ticket sales right back to you. So that's great. Now, the HBA does pay 80%, which is the highest in the industry that I've ever seen. But there are others out there, and it doesn't mean that you have to you know, stop working on these, you know, higher profit ones like the Home Business Academy. You know, you never want to stop promoting that, but you can bring in other things. And what I have found is that when you do that, you can also go back to the Home Business Academy, because anyone with a business can learn from the academy. And so that's it. Yeah, I mean, those are my two great parts: my daughter and her new job, and the Bake Fest, which is coming up this weekend. That one, I also got a free ticket to, and number two, I've been, you know, selling the tickets like crazy and earning an extra income. All things
I
that
have something to add to that, if you don't mind.
I would love to hear it.
Well, you're gonna watch Christy laugh, and I'll try not to do it when, when she's drinking.
I'm putting my
But
coffee down.
um, if what she was talking about, having multiple streams of income, you do, in my opinion, have to have a foundation for ongoing residual income. And then you can go out and find these things that bring in like a lump sum,
Right.
what like what she was talking about. But if you have this foundation, and the reason I call it that is because in the very beginning, when I first started any kind of online marketing, I found that people like to send out newsletters. It was a
Yeah.
pretty early, people would build a website and they would have a newsletter so that they could keep people up to date. They could send out coupons. They could, tell them what's going on and keep in touch with their people, right? So, one of the things that I realized was that people wanted to know what I recommended. So at the time, there were two. There was Constant Contact and Aweber. Those were
Mhm.
the two that everybody was really into for newsletters. So I learned Aweber. I learned Constant Contact. I chose Aweber. And then I got the affiliate link and I started teaching everybody and sharing that link with everybody I could find. And do you know, still to this day, I am paid every single month for people who still have a newsletter. As long as they have the newsletter, they're still paying me because it doesn't cost them anything extra. The company rewards me for getting that client. And
Absolutely.
that is what the foundation is. A multiple stream of income is great, but if you have something that brings you residual income, you really should get that rock solid
Yep.
because human beings like the shiny object syndrome. We can't help it. We see something we like, and oh, our attention goes over there. But if you have this foundation already set up where you know this money's coming in, whether you work or not, you could go to sleep, go on a cruise, you could go see your family. It doesn't matter. You could sit on an island.
Right.
That money's still going into your bank.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's something very important. When I was on my cruise, I got notification after notification after notification. I'm like, this is work that I did years ago.
Right,
And while I'm sitting on an island, the money's still rolling
right.
in. So important. And to me, the Home Business Academy, that is my foundation. It is what I always go back to. It is once somebody joins HBA, they will never leave because it is such an amazing foundation and it has every tool, every resource. The community is amazing. It's just something that it's indescribable. So I would definitely say if you do not have that foundation that Marion was talking about, you can either reach out to Marion or myself, either one of us, and we can show you how to start building that foundation so that on a whim with an email with the shout out on Facebook, you can start pulling in those income streams. Super
Yeah.
simple. And we love it. We love it for
Yes.
sure.
The support is okay. So one of the reasons why people never leave is because they build their website here, they build their funnels here, they build these things. And unless you die, sell your business, or quit, you're not going to give up your website,
Mhm. No,
And so people never leave. And
right?
so the company rewards you. Now, another way that our company rewards us is that they each time we make a sale, a
Hmm.
portion of that sale goes to our foundation that we support called Feed My Starving Children.
Yes, yes. If you are anything like myself and Marion, and I know I've said this before, volunteering and charity donations, it is something that is like runs through me. From the time I was a child, I was always taught to volunteer, to donate to charity, to do all of those things. Nothing to do with religion or tithing or any of that other stuff. We're just talking about feel good, be good humans. And if you have ever thought about the idea of, where does my money go to? What is this company doing? I know for sure I've seen advertisements about, you know, this donate here, donate there, do this, do that. And you're like, where is that money going to? With Feed My Starving Children, our company has a direct line to them. We know exactly where that money is going.
Yep.
We know exactly how many children we are feeding. And they've even invited us to come and tour the facilities, help them pack the food. If you could imagine anything, there's just not anything better than that. It is
I
the
got to be part of
most,
that. Last year we went to
yeah,
the home base. What do you call that?
like their
Their
headquarters.
headquarters. We got to go
Okay.
to their headquarters. We spent all day packing food and making labels and working together as a team. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. It was in
Oh,
Phoenix, Arizona, which
okay.
I'd never been to before. So that was kind of cool, getting to see, the desert.
Oh yeah.
I'm in the national forest, so the desert's totally different.
Oh, that's great. What an
Hey,
amazing
I have a
experience.
question for you. Can
Sure.
you talk a little bit more about the Bake Fest and tell? Can you put your affiliate link in the description? And everything. What if we have some bakers that want to go? Is this a physical thing? Is
It's
it
not physical, it's
okay?
virtual. It's two
Okay.
days. How about this? How about if you are at all interested in baking, whether you're a hobby baker, a professional baker, I absolutely can give you that affiliate link and it comes with a huge discount. Just reach out to me. Um,
You could put
I,
it in the description down below.
I could put it in the description. Let me grab it real quick.
Oh, you can do it afterwards.
No,
It'll
no,
stay there.
no.
Okay.
Well,
All
either
right.
way, I'm gonna post
Yep.
the
I
comments.
just thought,
Okay.
man, you hear she is talking about this big fest, and she didn't even give them a way to
Oh,
get there.
right,
So
right.
that's
Okay,
good.
so there's the thing, but you need a coupon code, and it's WAHBB99, and that is the coupon code, and that is what's going to give you the big discount. So yeah, if you have any desire to bake, um, for sure, check it out. The recordings are available for an entire year. It is the top industry leaders, and I there's a million wonderful things I could say about the owner of the company. She is an amazing person. Again, I was lucky enough to interview her last year, and I completely fell in love with her. She founded the Cupcake Project years ago, and from there the Bake Fest was born. So yeah, I love it. They do it every year, and I have just learned so much from being a part of that. So
Oh,
yeah, if you are at all interested in baking, please take advantage of the discount for sure. Yeah,
excellent,
thank
excellent.
you,
And
thank you.
there is a spot down at the bottom where we can type that in as well, so they can see it even after the show is over.
Sure.
Whew. I am very, 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 very pleased at what we have accomplished today. It has been good for us every week to look back on our good parts because, like I was saying in the early part of the show today, there are so many things that people will say or do, or just in general, from pollution to wars that can creep into our lives that if we can remember to either journal or to think about at least once a week, what are the good parts of our lives? So I encourage you to come over to our Facebook group and tell us what your good parts are. So
Yep.
this stays up all week um, on our Facebook page and in our YouTube channel,
Mm-hmm.
and you can make comments. We'd love to hear what the good parts of your life are to you, okay?
Yes.
Not to anybody else, but to you. What do you feel is good? Is it a thought you have? Is it somebody giving you a gift? Yesterday, I received a gift from a friend of mine who was just happened to be at a store where they had a pillow with a great big sunflower in.
Oh,
It said love, Love, and the O was a big sunflower. And she knows I love sunflowers. And so, wow. Yeah.
that's
So that, I
amazing.
know, right?
Yes. Well, I can tell you about a very special gift I got, and that
Oh,
was my
good.
Mother's Day gift for my daughter. It arrived yesterday. Now I was out of town for Mother's Day, so it was a little delayed, but she bought me. Okay, first of all, she knows me. Two humongous things of gourmet coffee grounds.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
like this is going to be enough coffee to last me until my birthday, I think, maybe Christmas. So I was so pleased, and it was such a cute little note. It's like, I love you, mama. And so of course, anytime we hear from our children, especially when they are far away, it's amazing. But the
It
fact that
is.
she remembered it was Mother's Day when she's so far away,
Yes, yes,
I
she
didn't have to
remembers her
call her on the
mama.
phone. Remember, it's Mother's Day.
Hey, I know we passed our time, but I have
We
one
have.
more good part that you guys can join in on. If you go to our Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
Tech Tuesday has a free app for creating and editing videos. So
Love
be
it.
sure to go over to the Creative Content Crusaders Facebook page, and
Perfect.
it's a group. And so you can go and see for Tuesday, we have a Tech Tuesday, and I was able to share a free video editor.
Love
And
it.
so look forward to some tutorials that are coming out. If you join us in our group, we have a group that meets twice a week, helping people with the technology and the cool stuff about what we're talking about.
That's right.
And so
That's
just
right.
come on over and check it out and see if you like it.
Love
And
it.
we'll see you next week.
Bye. Bye, everyone. Love you.